so the first step is going to be hitting this little plus sign up in the top corner of Adobe Express. That is going to open up the options that you have here. So, you can see that there's presentations, posters, videos, web pages, drawings, things like that. We're just going to hit 1x1 square, the little box right here for our image. So that's going to give us just a square canvas that we're able to work with. So the first step that we have is to bring in an image. I'm going to just close this. It gives you some options for templates, which we don't need. So whenever you're going to bring anything into Adobe Express, you want to hit Media. So I'm going to hit Media. I'm going to hit Upload from Device because I have the picture of myself on my device. And it will pull up a window that allows you to get the image. So I'm going to go to my desktop, and I have the image ready here. So this is a picture that I'm taking. So I also have a short video on how to take a picture with a Chromebook. You could move it if you want to, but this looks fine for right now. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be layering images. So this is something that we do in digital imaging quite a bit. So one of the things that we have is there's elements here. Elements are anything that's not a full image. It might be a piece of an image. So you could add in elements. Some of them are overlays. So overlays actually work really well. Overlays are going to be something that you put over an image that you could see through. So currently, it is not see-through, but we drag this over my face here. And then you notice one of the options here is opacity. So I can lower the opacity and actually have it go through the image, which is kind of cool. So so anytime you have an image, you can see I could just pull this down and you can see that it's still there. So you're able to move all of these, and they're always over in the side here. So you could drag and drop if you want one on top, if you want one on bottom. That's how you would do it. So we added 2 layers, and I'm going to go ahead and add a third. So it's still blue, which means it's still highlighted. I want to just click off into the gray. And now I'm going to add some design elements. So this is where you kind of have fun and funk. So I'm going to add, I'm just going to write the word art in here and see what comes up. So these are some different images that I could use. So, you want to be aware that you want your image to show. So I'm going to click this one right here, which is an image of some art supplies and a canvas. And it's helpful that it gives you like the little ruler lines that are purple to show you like where things are. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to drag this underneath our images. And I'm going to make my image smaller so it actually fits into the canvas here. And you have this button right here that allows you to also change the angle of pieces so you want it to be able to fit. And if you're not able to see, it's a little hard to get it perfect, you have a zoom right here as well. So I'm going to zoom in, and that makes it a little bit easier to get things right. So you could zoom in and they gives you a little bit more options. So this looks pretty good so far. I say we could add a couple more elements here. So there's things like text, and this is a helpful. I'm going to add some text and add some words. So I'm going to go ahead and change the color of the text to white just because it's kind of a dark background. So I'm going to write it's a portrait of an art teacher teaching students how to create self-portraits, which is very meta. So I'm going to like this, and you have lots of options in terms of text. What I'm going to do is I'm going to change it to dynamic. So dynamic is going to fit it all into a box, and since I know that this is a square, it kind of works well that way. So this is going to just be like an interesting element here. And again, you have options. I'm going to lower the opacity of this like that just so you can see through. And if you want your image to be more present, that's possible too. This is something that also, under Elements, one of the things you could look for is frames. So it gives you some different framing elements that you could use. So some of them are things like just spray paint. Some of them are glitter and flowers and things like that. And some of them are really designy. Like, it's a self-portrait, so whatever you want to use and you think that represents you is cool. You could search under different things as well. There's lots of options here. I'm going to just use this, which is the old photo framing tool. It's kind of fun. So I've taught photography for quite a while. I'm going to move the text now on top of it so you can see it. I didn't want it to be obscured. So really, you kind of have fun with this. This is kind of up to you to play with and have fun. There's lots of different ways to use it. One of the other things is saving it. So when you're ready and you're happy with it, you can hit that download button, and you can download it as a PNG or as a JPEG, and that will save a version of this to your computer. And you are also able to do some basic animation. So things like the text here, I could go in and animate. So they don't need to be static and things like that too. So that's what we call time-based media. That would make it into a video. And if you want to, you could also add elements like media. There's audio here. You could do voiceovers. You could add sound. So I'll add sound. And if you're going to add sound, I would say don't make it too loud, maybe 20%, something like that. So I'll show you what that looks like. Pretty simple, but you get the idea. So you could download that now as an MP4. So that's going to be a video. So whichever version of it you're happy with, you could use. Videos do take up a little bit more space, and they take a little longer to download. Just be aware of that. Especially on the Chromebooks, it goes a little slow sometimes, but it will work. And these save to the cloud. So you can see next to the title, the next thing we want to do is title it. So I'm going to write my name, Tim Needles, and then self-portrait. That's a little look at it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit download, but I'm going to download this as a JPEG, the final version of it. So also you're able to share directly to Google